Hi, today I'm reviewing the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Defense with SPF 30, and today's video is brought to you by... Hi guys, this is Sarah from No BS Beauty, and I just want to remind you that I purchase all the products I review with my own money, and I'm now proud to offer these airless jars, and any support of purchase of the airless jars go to help keep the No BS Beauty channel independent, and if you're interested, there's more information in the video description box below. Thank you so much, guys. So, Bare Minerals recently released this new sunscreen that they call it, and they're basically marketing off of a lot of the blue light protection from aging from the blue light from your iPad or phone or laptop, and that's kind of the marketing plan that they're going for with this, and I thought I would pick it up and review it. I like a lot of Bare Minerals products. Actually, I really have a love-hate relationship with them. So I saw this and I thought I would give it a nice try and let you guys know my thoughts on it based on my Sarah score scale. So my first criteria is packaging, and they've done a very nice job with the packaging. This is kind of the packaging I like with products. A nice squeeze tube with a pump on the end makes it easy for traveling, storage, and usage, and also protects the ingredients from exposure to light and air. So they've done a very nice job with the packaging. My second criteria is alcohol, and this does contain a little bit of denatured alcohol. However, it is towards the very end of the ingredient list, so it's not as much of a concern as it normally would be if it were one of the first 5 or 6 ingredients. Probably would be better without it. I will show you, this is the ingredient list here, and the alcohol is right there. So I think there's like 6 ingredients after it, but this does have a longer ingredient list than a lot of other Bare Minerals products. My third criteria is fragrance, and unfortunately this does contain quite a bit of fragrance. It contains fragrance as an ingredient, which when you see fragrance on an ingredient list, that means it could be something or any combination of 150 different ingredients. However, fragrance in the industry is considered a trade secret, so they don't need to disclose exactly what ingredients they've used. So it could be 1 or it could be 150 different ingredients. They just don't have to disclose that. And it also contains limonene, linalool, and hexylcinnamol. However, when you apply this, it really doesn't have much of a noticeable scent, which is okay. All the fragrance ingredients are toward the end of the ingredient list. So again, not as big of a concern, but the product would definitely be much better without it. Skin is sensitized to fragrance sometimes, even if you don't notice or feel it. So be better without it. My fourth criteria is manufacturing location, and this one is made in the US, so no issues there. My fifth criteria is ease of use, and it's relatively easy to use. It smooths over skin quite easily. However, this one does have more of a white cast, and then let me tell you guys the combination of it's titanium dioxide 3.28% and zinc oxide 12.48%. Some people are interested in that. But it does leave a little bit of a white cast, so if you're applying a foundation or anything after that, it's not as big of an issue. And it is not as much of a white cast as a lot of other products do. So there you go. And then on to number 6, which is antioxidants and pigmentation. And so the blue light emitted from your phone, iPad, laptop, TVs is technically called an HEV light, which is high energy visible light. UVB rays are the ones that cause sunburn, invisible skin damage, darkening of the skin color. UVA rays are the ones that you can't see the damage that it does, and those are things that occur over time, such as loss of skin elasticity and sagginess in the skin, so it's something you can't really see immediately. And what I really found out was that any sunscreen that you have that provides broad spectrum protection, so usually it'll say SPF 30 broad spectrum, or it'll say SPF 30 PA and then a series of pluses. The more pluses means the better broad spectrum coverage it gets, and that's used in other parts of the world. I think Japan and Korea uses the PA system. US uses, you have to say it's broad spectrum. So any sunscreen you have that has broad spectrum coverage or PA with 3 or more pluses after it will protect you from the blue light from phones and laptops. So you don't need a special sunscreen that does this. Really, in my opinion, this is just kind of a marketing ploy from Bare Minerals because any sunscreen that has broad spectrum coverage is protecting you from the light from your phones and such as. So you can also buy filters that you can use and place over your phone or iPad to stop the emittance of those high energy visible rays, and those can damage skin over time. So any broad spectrum sunscreen will protect you from that. This doesn't do anything different than any other sunscreen that has broad spectrum coverage does. It's just that they've chosen to market toward it, which is brilliant because they've got a lot of interest from people thinking, oh no, I didn't realize my computer was giving me skin damage all day long. I should start wearing a sunscreen that protects me from that. So it's pretty brilliant on their part. But the more digging I've done, it really is, this doesn't do anything different than any other sunscreen that has broad spectrum coverage. And most do have broad spectrum coverage, or it will denote it with a PA+++. If it just has PA and 1+, that means you get minimal broad spectrum coverage. So the more pluses, I think up to 3 or 4 is what you're wanting to look for protection from that. And if you're someone that doesn't love to use sunscreen, like in your house, if you're not going out for the day, I kind of get it. I'm not going outside. I don't want to have to lather my skin up with sunscreen. You can buy filters. Amazon has filters that you just place over your phone, and they're special filters that filter out that blue light and prevent it from being emitted from the device into you and into your skin. So those are kind of my thoughts on that. In terms of antioxidants that this contains, it does contain Camellia japonica extract, and then it also contains Buperlium factum, which is said to be a good antioxidant. However, there's not a ton of research behind it. It's kind of a new ingredient. And then they also have included some algae, which is a good antioxidant, and then cocoa extract, excuse me, which is also a good antioxidant for your skin. So they've done a lot of good antioxidants in here. What I really would have liked to see, though, is a higher SPF. If you're going to take the time to lather it on, you might as well get some really good protection. And 30 is good. You don't want to go below 30, though. So the higher you get, the better protection you have. So, but definite white cast. So, and if you apply this before a foundation to kind of cancel out that white cast, just let it absorb into your skin at least 5 minutes between layers. That gives it time to absorb. If you apply a foundation immediately after lathering this on, you will probably dilute some of the effectiveness and the 30 level of protection. So everything can get diluted. Just depends on how you apply it. So number 7 is animal testing, and Bare Minerals is cruelty free. Number 8 is performance, and this worked okay under foundation. It is a little drying for the skin, so if you have very dry skin, I would recommend putting a moisturizer or a vitamin C serum on underneath this, and then applying this over that just to give your skin a little bit of hydration. And vitamin C is very good for fighting off environmental stressors, so you'll want to use that. And then it definitely works well under makeup. However, towards the end of the day, your face can get a little shiny just from a little bit of it. So just note that. And if you have oily skin, bring a powder with, or definitely use a setting powder after this or after your foundation application. On to number 9, which is price, and this is the full size, which is 1.7 ounces, and it's $39. So it's a little bit expensive for a kind of run-of-the-mill sunscreen. You can definitely get sunscreens that are more affordable and ones that don't include so much fragrance. So a little expensive, and people think that this does something special, and it really doesn't do anything special that any other broad spectrum sunscreen doesn't do. And then on to number 10, which is the It Factor, and it didn't have the It Factor for me. It's basically a sunscreen, an average sunscreen, a nice dispense factor, but with a white cast. I really was thinking this wouldn't have a white cast since it's got the soft radiance finish above, but it really doesn't have much of a soft radiance. There's better sunscreens out there, and this is an okay one. I like that it is at least an SPF 30, but again, it doesn't do anything that other sunscreens don't do that are broad spectrum. So overall, this got a 6 out of 10 on the Sarah score scale, which is okay. There's better ones out there. I love the Tatcha sunscreen. That one's awesome. Well worth checking out if you don't mind spending a little bit of money, but you can always check out Costco there. They've got good deals on a lot of the Tatcha products. So if you buy a lot from Tatcha, check out Costco because they've got quite a few of their products there. So anyway, I'm interested if you guys have had a chance to try this out yet or not. And if you have, what your thoughts on it are. So leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. Please subscribe if you're not already. I come with at least one new review every day. And check out nobsbeauty.net and the Amazon link below. Thank you so much, guys.